righty. This is my pick 3 at a glance family. Happy New Year. I know things are a little bit slow and it's Sunday. I hope everybody had a very safe and happy New Year. All righty.
$96 views. Whew.
All right, I see 9. 2 thumbs up. All right. Any comments? Anything you might want to know right quick about pick 3 at a glance that I can help you out with? I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. I'm still trying to figure everything out. Let's see if this can... let me see. Let me see something here. See how some of this stuff works. Okay, that's to turn things around for you. Okay, turn it back around to me. I don't know what this is right here. Top chat, all live chat, all messages are visible. All messages are visible. Let's see, I think I got a comment here. Happy New Year. What number do you think is coming out first? Okay, for Missouri, you know I'm still playing my 160, my 076, and my 574. I'm looking for those to come out. And then you have the doubles that I'm looking at is 788 and 233. Okay. I'm not at my board. The 788 and the 233. And the 770 and the 225. Those kind of what I'm looking at right now. I haven't got a chance to really analyze the new year because last year was kind of different. Happy New Year. Last year was kind of different because it looked like they did a reset because they played a lot of numbers, Missouri evening draw. So I'm trying to evaluate the numbers that are left. It's like 12 doubles and 12 straights that are left. You know, the triples, I really don't do a lot on the triples until the end of the year. So that's kind of what I'm going with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, start a new chart for the year. Was it Thumbhawk? Yeah. Start a new chart. I'm going to put up a video. Yeah, start new sheets for the year. For sure. Don't use the same sheets from last year. Only thing with last year, you want to highlight the numbers that didn't fall last year onto your new sheet and on the columns. So you know when them columns don't hit, you know more likely what numbers you're going to play that didn't fall last year. That's what I do. I transfer all the numbers from the prior year over to the new columns. I highlight them. I highlight them for the front pair, the back pair. The single digits you ain't gonna have to worry about too much, and I highlight them on the master sheet with the 22 columns. I hope that answered your question.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have the doubles and the repeats, But basically, you're working off the law average on those doubles and those repeats. So what you're looking at on your doubles, you want to make sure you're looking at your doubles, your pairs, and your mirrors on those doubles. And basically the ones that haven't came out. Yeah. But don't let the doubles and the repeat throw you off. You're going to have that. We just had that in Missouri. 700 came 070, and then it came back 700 on the very last day, the 31st. So, but, that happens. The number's going to cross paths, and they're going to repeat. But as you start tracking those numbers and on those columns, you're going to see a pattern, and you're going to see what numbers are left and how they're hitting. That's why you want to track all 1,000 numbers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to do. You'll see the whole story looking at all 1,000 numbers, other than just the tic-tac-toe, the flips, the grids, and then different rundowns they have out there. But when you start checking those 22 columns and seeing how the doubles are actually running and how the straights are actually running, you'll be able to see everything at a glance. That's why I call it Pick 3 at a glance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Still got 9 people on. So, this is a test run, a dry run, I guess. I appreciate everybody being on there with me for right now so I can kind of get a feel how things going. But I on the 3rd, I'm going to be on for a while. And to everybody, whoever wants to come on, they can contact me and we can discuss the system and how it works and how simple it is to use. And I know it's kind of, let's see who. Thank you. Who was it? Lonzo Edwards. Thank you. Happy New Year to you. Trying to get this down because you all be seeing a lot of me to help you all because I know all the numbers going to be different in all states. So, but the basic principles are going to be the same. The strategy is going to be the same. And once you get those down, you're going to be okay because you're going to see the patterns and all the numbers going to run different in all the states. They're just not going to run the same. And that's why it's imperative to track your own numbers. Because I know every year they're going to run different. They ain't going to run nothing like they did the year before. Pretty much, because this year it was a good year. It was a good year because a lot of the numbers hit. We had a lot of good months in 2022 because the law average was at work. It was a good year, but it reset looked like because if you follow me with Missouri on the back pair, it ain't but 24 is the only number on the back pair on the numbers, and then and on the front pair I didn't have but 5 numbers, and that's the least numbers I've ever seen. So it's something like they're resetting in Missouri. Now your numbers are going to be different from how they're rotating. Okay. Happy New Year, Dawning, Yumi. Excuse me with the names right now. Glenn, thank you. Happy New Year. But it's going to be simple once you get it down. My sheets that are pretty powerful is the tracking that front pair and that back pair. Happy New Year.
Mm-hmm.
Tracking that front pair and that back pair and your master sheet with the 22 columns rundown. Once you start checking those off and seeing how those numbers really fall, the player number for 30 days ain't gonna be nothing really. It can take, like I say, it could take 60 to 90 days for numbers to fall, and you'll see that it can take 120 days for just 2 numbers to fall for a pair. But by you tracking, you'll be able to see that what pairs ain't failed and what pairs have failed, and why you can use those pairs, use that to your advantage. And the pair sheet is easy to track because when a number come in, all you're going to do is circle the number on the front, the 2 numbers on the front, and then you're going to circle the 2 numbers on the back, like 1, 2, 3. You're going to circle the 12 on the front, and you're going to circle the 23 on the back. Real simple and easy to use at a glance, and you always know what's going on with that 1,000 numbers and the 635 numbers that ain't going to even come out, but you'll be able to see what's going on with them rather than just guessing the numbers. You always know why you playing your number. And with me, I like it because if my numbers don't come in right away, I can take some of them off, and when my other numbers come in, I'll pick those numbers back up. So I know what numbers to pick back up if they haven't played and I'm working with the law average.
Mm-hmm.
Got any more questions? Let's see, anything else I can think of? Pick 3 is a patient game. And like I said, when you start checking, you'll gain patience because you're going to be working with the actual numbers and seeing how they really work. I got another strategy somewhat I'm looking at where people won't have to spend a lot of, play a lot of money and fit in, but it's a matter of how long you're going to have to play the numbers and be kind of confident in the numbers, how they fall. Because like I say, you got 1,000 numbers. You only got 365 days in the year. And if they played a different number every year, you ain't going to get but a third of them numbers every year, every state, every midday, every evening. So you can't beat yourself up when you're missing a number. You got to know why you're playing the number in the main thing. And then with the pick 3 at a glance sheet, you know how you missed your numbers and what columns it fell off of or didn't fall off of. All at a glance on 22 columns. But you, what I'm gonna do today with the video for starting for the first of the year, because I started in June. I started in June with the sheet. I started in June, and in the middle of the year, and that was kind of awkward. I was gonna wait till 2023, but when COVID came along, I didn't know who all was gonna be left around, if I was gonna be around to even start. So I said, better late than never. That COVID thing, had everybody doing a different thing. Do you trust any other method? Well, it's not a thing of trust. It's a thing of doing what works. Because with me, I don't see anything that can beat tracking all the 1,000 numbers and tracking the front pairs, the back pairs, the single pairs, and the single digits, and knowing where they actually are in all states. So as far as trusting any other system, to me, it's not a matter of trusting. It's a matter of tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. I've done the rundowns and all the tic-tac-toes. I'm familiar with all of them. But that was not the issue. I could not see what's going on with all the 1,000 numbers. Just like I say, pick 3 on the triples. Only way I figured out that you only got 3 triples running that's going to come on average every year. That's why I really don't invest in triples. Unless I went my track and I see a triple don't come out all year until around November, December. And if I track the front pair and the back pair and everything, I know throughout the year, I know probably more than likely whether it's the best triple to do. After hitting, I hit the triple H in January this year on the 16th Missouri evening draw. I'm pretty sure you've seen that.
Not January.
You've been following me, and I knew that the triple Ace hadn't failed.
I say January.
And the 8 back pair hadn't failed all year up to December. So I put that on my list to play. Now, but as far as a trust of a system, no, I don't know what you can trust if you're not tracking all 1,000 numbers, because all of them, like I say, is all strategies. They got different strategies, and they all, in pick 3 at a glance, all the strategies is in that system because you're tracking all 1,000 numbers. That's kind of how I see it. That's a good question. I like that. Yeah, it's not a thing of trust, because your eyes is going to see more than anybody else's eyes, and your numbers in your city and your state, and you're the one investing your money in the numbers. It gives you more of a reason to make sure you're looking at the numbers right and looking at everything right. It's not a matter of me trusting. Trust is a matter of if they're using my system as far as tracking all 1,000 numbers, I don't know why I wouldn't trust them. I would really trust them more than just using the tic-tac-toes, the day sums, the grids, the root sums, and all that alone. Because I said, when you're tracking all 1,000 numbers, that's the forest. Everything else is just the trees, and we ain't been hitting, to me, as individuals, because we've been too busy looking at the trees instead of looking at the forest and tracking our own numbers. That's kind of what I got.
Mm-hmm.
No, not trust. I mean, if you can show me, if you can explain your system where I can explain Pick 3 at a glance, I don't know why I wouldn't trust what you got. Me personally, and Pick 3 is easy, and to me, it's easy because it's only 1,000 numbers. We can track Pick 3. You can track the front pair, the back pair, the single pair, the single digits, and the actual 1,000 numbers. You can't do that with Pick 4. You ain't gonna do it. Not with with just those with nothing really. Pick 4 is just a chance. Pick 5, anything above Pick 3, to me is just put your hat in your name in the pool. To me. But you can track the 1,000 numbers, and like I say, just because if you track it midday and you track it in the evening, if you know that them numbers midday and evening they cross paths, but they patterns ain't the same. Like if 1, 2, 3 come midday, and then 1, 2, 3 come evening, don't mean that them numbers are running the same way. The only way you're going to know how they running is tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. That's kind of how I do it. I trust what works. But, I've done all of them. I've done the tic-tac-toes. I've done the, I was kind of blessed and glad I did learn the 1-1-1 rundown. And I've learned the 1, 2, 3 rundown. Those were maybe the main tools I would use. But like I say, I was looking at the trees. I wasn't looking at the forest, even with those rundowns, because I had to guess what numbers was going to play. And I knew that wasn't going to get me there to where I needed to invest. How I was investing, how I was playing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd fall off a number and then come in the next day or next 2 days later, I realized with Pick 3 at a glance, when I did pick the number, only way I missed it, I didn't play the number long enough. In most cases, it's going to be because you didn't play it long enough. And mating up them front pairs and back pairs, like the 1, 2, 3, like I say, if you do the 1, 2, 3, and you see that the 1, 2 front pair didn't fall and the 2, 3 back pair didn't fall, then your number to play is 1, 2, 3. And especially if 1, 2, 3 and if you know what I'm talking about, the 6-way combination didn't fall at all, that's your number to play. And to play it like that, 1, 2, 3. And you just hold it till it comes. Because by law average, 9 out of 10 is going to fall like that. But you don't know that if you ain't tracking the actual front pair and back pair and a single pair and a single digits. I had a pair just last year. And it killed it in December. The 38 didn't fall for 128 days as a pair. So if you had a number you was playing with 3-8 in it, it didn't run for 4 months almost. But you don't know that if you ain't tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And I like it because I make a game out of it. I love seeing how those numbers are rolling. I really do. Even if I don't hit, at least I know what's going on with the numbers. I love it. I love knowing where them front pairs and back pairs are. I love knowing what numbers are falling off the columns more than I used to when I used to play. I love that. Man, I love it. And I make game. I enjoy it. I love getting up and checking them up. And it don't take me about 10 minutes with my forms. I'm gonna put the video up for how to make those forms and just follow me in your state with your numbers and follow my strategies. They simple. It's simple. Once you get going, you ain't gonna never have to ask nobody what numbers to play or what numbers to go, because you're gonna be tracking it. It ain't gonna take you but 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't gonna take you but 10 minutes. That's the way I look at it. I mean, I'm gonna play anyway. I think I'll be playing pick 3. If I was to win $10 million, I'd play it for fun anyway. Serious. I love pick 3. That's the only one I like. That's really. I know it's teachable, doable, and trackable. You can't teach no 10,000 numbers. There ain't no system they gonna come with. There one person like I got gonna track no 10,000 numbers and can explain it in 30 minutes where anybody can have it and be on their way. You know, my thing is not to try to track all these states' numbers and try to tell y'all what's playing in each state. I wouldn't put that on y'all and do that to myself, because you know you ain't up to par to do no stuff like that. Who up to par to track 1,000 numbers in 50 states? And then you got to realize they don't tell you what. If you follow me, all the numbers we hit, and you go back to my channel, everything was on evening draw. I didn't tell you to play them numbers midday. I tell you, play them evening. Even though they did fall midday, that was okay, but I wasn't tracking midday, so I wasn't interested in midday. And I think if you go back and you see everything in red on them calendars, we hit. Not after the numbers came up, before those numbers came up. Everything on red, in red. If you go to the channel. So, no, as far as trust ain't a thing for me. What works is a thing for me. But it's easy and it's simple. Once you get it, you're going to have it. You won't even have to come back to me for no numbers. I don't know why you would. If you're in a different state, if you're Missouri, yeah, you can come to me for some numbers because you're going to see it anyway. I'd be doing what I'm doing anyway if I wasn't on YouTube with it, because, you know, I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying playing. Before I got this system, I didn't enjoy no pick 3, man. I was losing money left and right. Couldn't sleep. Want to put out the kids, the dog, the pet, the parrot. You know, it's funny when I think about it now. I just have to laugh how you can get all messed up. But if you don't know, the bottom line, if you don't know, you don't know. You know? You don't know, you just don't know. But I was blessed with the system. And people say, well, how you come up with this and how you come up with that? The blessing was when I learned the 1-1-1 rundown and figured out that they used to minus the 1 when they did the rundown on the numbers. And to me, I didn't like math. I'm like, shoot, let me just add the 1 and see how the numbers come. And then when I started adding the ones down, I just found out that the numbers came out in reverse order. They was the same numbers, but they was all in numerical order. So I started doing my rundown on the 1-1 rundown, adding instead of subtracting. Then I say, after a while, it still wasn't where I wanted to be. I said, well, let me see if I can make a chart. I've seen different charts in different books that I was getting. Okay, hold on, somebody. Do you trust any other? You laughing at me? I'm serious. It's funny, man. It is. I enjoy it. But I did the 1-1 rundown I had the 1-1 rundown and the 1-2 rundown, 1-2-3 rundown pretty good. I wasn't winning. And then I say, let me make a chart. I say, you know, charts on books, they had different charts, but I say, they charts ain't working neither. There's got to be a better way. So I started playing with numbers and doing the 1-1 rundown on them, and I guess, I don't know where it came from. I did not like math. I'm telling you, I could stand math in school. I couldn't wait to get out the math classroom. So, but anyway, best I got was pre-algebra, and I struggled through it in college. But I said to myself, I ain't gonna never need that mess. I need algebra 5. So anyway, I was playing with the numbers, doing the 1-1 rundown, came up with these 22 numbers, and I had one number I couldn't figure out how to make that 1,000, make it add to 1,000. And it was 037. And I ran the 1-1 rundown on that column, if you see my columns, and it made it up. I know I was on to something then. And then all the rest of the other 3 strategies came after that. I said, okay, I can track all 1,000. I need to figure out how to track the pairs when they fall. So that's that angle pair that you see. The triangle pair that you see me track the pairs on if you go to the channel. So I say, okay, I made that work. Then I say, now I need to know when the numbers fall, how the positions of the numbers fall, and what numbers pretty much, if they're cold, what position they're in, and if they're hot, what position they're in. So I said, okay, that's a good idea. And then after that, I said, you got the doubles on the master sheet already, but that was good. But I wanted to know when they fell, I wanted to pair them up in the mirror and pair. So I put all of them together in an organized position to be mirrors and pairs. And after I did that, some say, you know what? You can check everything at a glance. So I said, okay, I'm going to name this Pick 3 at a glance. I started, y'all. The simplest stuff starts easy, I'm telling you. I'm 70 years old, believe me. Do you think I'll be thinking I was doing this? It seems like, I don't know. I think I was made for this somehow, somewhere. I don't know. Much as I didn't like math, but I just do. I enjoyed Pick 3, and like I say, that's the only one I enjoyed. And I wanted to make it fun and win a little chump change, you know what I'm saying? I tell y'all, win a little chump change. You know, take the wife out for dinner or take the kids to the movies, you know? But that's it. And I don't want you guys getting all hung up in this Pick 3. It's teachable, easy, and doable. I mean, the Pick 4, and then they got the Pick 5 on you now. And then another thing, if these states start playing with 10,000 numbers, you won't be able to tell it. They mess with them 1,000, everybody start tracking. We all gonna be calling, Terry, they messing with these numbers. We know they messing with them. You can't tell if they mess with the numbers with just a date sum, the flips, the grids, the mirrors, and all that stuff. You let them mess with them 1,000, I bet you we all gonna know it. So we tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, and we gonna know how them numbers is really supposed to rotate. The actual numbers, not the tree numbers. No, the forest numbers we gonna know, and it's simple. So yeah, I love it. But any more questions I can answer? But yeah, I like that about do you trust? It's not a trust. It's what works.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I say, if anybody can come out and explain theirs like I can explain Pick 3 at a glance, and make it make sense to me, I can go with it. And then they talking about numbers traveling from a city to city. I don't look at it like that. When you start tracking, you realize that's just, numbers rotating, and they're going to cross paths. It works right through my system in the trash. It works out through my system. What do you mean? Oh, okay, you threw your other system. You threw your system in the trash. Okay, I understand. But it's a blessing. I just feel so blessed to be able to offer this. I do. It's not work to me. I just feel it's a gift somehow. I don't know. I guess I look at when Henry Ford say, "Hey, I want to make something that people can roll around in instead of a horse." I guess he probably say, "I must be crazy." Sometimes you feel like that. You come up with an idea, you think you're crazy. You think it'll never work, and all of a sudden it works. It's funny. I'm telling you, life is funny. Life is funny. But our strength comes through our struggles. Our strength comes through our struggles. I'm telling you, that's how I got here. Our strength comes through our struggles in life. Life is funny, but it's always changing and evolving. And in most cases, for the better. It's all how you work it. But yeah. All right, family. I know this is New Year's Day. I know everybody either sobering up or doing what they got to do. I hope everybody had fun and safe fun last night, and And I really hope we can go through this new year and get rid of these masks because I'm about so sick of these masks. I don't know what to do. I still wear my mask. I caught that COVID. I sure caught that COVID, but I wasn't real sick. I was have a family engagement and family members was gonna come over. And I say, let me see, because I had went to a funeral the weekend prior, and I said, let me see if I got this mess. So I took one of the tests I got from the government, and that thing that is supposed to be a stripe, and if it's red, it's a stripe. When I put my sample in, the whole thing turned red. I said, oh, Lord, I'm finna die. I got this much of this mess up in me. But, God worked it out. So I said, no. But it had me down a little bit because I couldn't, when I was trying to talking like this right now, I'd be coughing. I couldn't, my throat stayed constantly dry. But I know it just affects everybody different. But, everybody be careful. Still wash your hands. If you ain't got to put your hands on your face, keep your hands out your face and just be careful with it because it ain't no joke on certain people. And if you got it, you want to make sure that you don't transmit it because you can survive it and a friend or a loved one can get that mess and it can make them gravely ill. And I think we passed the worst of it. I think probably by the middle of this year, hopefully we don't have to encounter anything else. We'll be okay. I've always looked for it to be about 3.5 years before it left, just due to the number of the population increase from when we had the Spanish flu. Had half the population that we had today, and it took 2 years with them and no vaccines and none of that for it to dissipate and leave, and everybody to get herd immunity. So I figured it was going to be about 3.5 years for us, just on the sheer number of the population from then to now. So I figured the middle of this year, we should be able to be mask free and fewer people should be getting sick. Like I say, if don't nothing else come along. All right, family, I appreciate you being on this test live with me. If you got any other questions before I go, pop them up. If not, as Mo Money say, play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Have a blessed day.